So I'm joined by Boogie2988, if I got the numbers correct.
Oh, that's me, yeah.
Ahead of your fight against Jordan, Wings of Redemption. So Boogie, how's London treating you so far?
I love it. I've only been here about 24 hours. Flying in was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. The people here are amazing. I've had to run a bunch of errands. I've been all around town doing medicals and stuff, and I think I love it here. People are genuinely just nice. The area is nice too, but I think you always judge a place by its people, and the people are chef's kiss.
I guess maybe 10 years ago you could have been coming here for your content career, but you're coming here as a boxer, right?
Dude, 10 years ago I couldn't have come here. I weighed 600 pounds. I would have told you 5 years ago, there's no way I'll ever be able to leave the country. And I couldn't have. This fight would have killed me. Okay, and once I got here, what could I have done? Use a wheelchair to get around from restaurant to restaurant? I was in a wheelchair. So I think it's a damn miracle that I'm even here. I never thought I would have the opportunity to visit London or travel abroad at all. And I'm just glad to be here for any reason. It is weird that I'm here as more of a boxer than a content creator. I never thought that was going to happen, though.
And given that, like you said, you know, a couple of years ago you wouldn't even come here, let alone for a boxing match.
Yeah.
You know, given you weren't able-bodied and now you're free to stand and get in the ring. How has it been preparing for this? What was the sort of changes that you made to your life ahead of this fight?
You know, 6 years ago I got gastric bypass surgery. I lost 200 pounds and I've kept it off. I got a little lower than that, but I put some weight back on, and I've even put some weight back on while training here. That was one of the biggest issues, but I've also focused on my brain. I saw a psychedelic therapist earlier in the year, and I realized how wrong I was about life. You know, I was always so afraid of things, always scared of everything. Life is like a video game, and it's like Grand Theft Auto. If you picked up a controller, would you be afraid of a car crash? Would you be afraid of shooting a gun? Would you be afraid of a fight? No, why would you? It's a game. I realized that's the point of life. It's a game to be played to have fun, and I'm here to have fun. I think this is going to be a good time.
I overheard you saying it in the past interviews. Is it sort of a mindset you've had of like, yeah, you can live your life at risk, but I want to do this almost to prove a point to myself?
Yeah, at the end of the day, like a lot of people have told me I need to be careful about this. I shouldn't be doing it. My doctor, my dentist, all of them have been concerned, my personal friends. And they've all said, like, what are you doing here? And my answer is, you know, what if something bad happens? What if you get hurt? What if you get sick? What if man, what if? What if I win? Or what if this is the path that I get my life together on? What if this is my opportunity, my shot to make my life better? I'm tired of thinking negatively. Okay, what if every time I step into a car, every time I get into a plane, what if? I'm tired of living like that. I've lived my whole life like that, and it never served me. Now I'm willing to take the risk that it takes to get where I want to go and do the things I want to do, and I'm damn glad to be doing it. And I feel like I'm pretty fortunate. My support structure has all said, if the worst thing comes, we're here to help you pick up the pieces, but I know they'll also be here to celebrate the success as well.
You've got a very hardcore fan base online. What was their sort of reaction like when you announced this? Were some of them probably thinking it wasn't serious? Or did you have to say, like, no, I actually am doing this?
So, my fan base were confused, couldn't figure out why I was doing it. And the people who don't care about me, all of them said, this fight's never happening, you'll chicken out, you'll never get medically cleared. Are you even allowed in London? How's that feel to take the L? How's it feel to take the L? Here we are. The fight's in 2 days. It's happening. Eat that L. That's my biggest answer. But to the people who have supported me this whole time, I think they're shocked. I think they're surprised. But I think they're also learning a really important lesson. That if I, as a 48-year-old morbidly obese man, can do something like this that's scary and dangerous and weird and crazy, maybe you can take the calculated risks that you can take in your life. And maybe if I have a positive outcome here, you'll have a positive outcome. Right? But I can speak very clearly from the heart that I chose a life of safety. I chose a life of boredom. I was afraid of pain. I was afraid of risk. Look how that served me. 600 pounds alone, miserable. Now I'm taking risks, and look where that's taken me, right? I'm glad I finally got my head straight, and I hope everybody that watches this happen, I hope they're smart enough to do the same thing.
Like you said, 600 pounds there. We've got the weigh-ins tomorrow. What do you expect to stand on the scale at?
I always put on weight when I travel. I weighed 389 at home. I should come in not too far from that, maybe 395, but certainly under 400, which I'm pretty happy about. That meant from my biggest ever 587 pounds, it's still 200 pounds off and capped off, and I'm damn proud of it.
I want to speak about Jordan Wings. What's your relationship like with him? He's another guy with a big hardcore fan base. Would you say you're friends, or just like, or is there any relationship there?
I'm a people pleaser. I wanted to be friends with Jordy. I reached out to him at the beginning of this thing, but you can't be friends with the human equivalent of a wet blanket. The guy has no personality. He's not a personable person. He doesn't want to talk to anybody. He doesn't want to be friends with anybody. I genuinely think, I don't even know if he's fully there. That's the scariest thing about stepping in the ring with him, is I genuinely don't know if he knows that we're trying to put on a show here, if he thinks this is a murder spree. Either way, I'm glad to do it, but even as a people pleaser, there's just some people you can't be friends with. And that is definitely going to be the case with Jordy. Somebody asked me earlier if I think we're going to squash the beef between us, and I'll try. But if I knock his ass out, if I win by decision, hell, if I make it all the way 3 rounds, I think he'll carry that grudge for the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm. What have you sort of made us, I know some of the controversial comments he's made in the past on streams and stuff about like some school shootings and controversial subjects. What have you made of those? Is that something that you think of going in the ring against him or not?
I've said a lot of controversial stuff. I've definitely never said anything anywhere near as bad as the controversial shit Rings has said, though. So it makes me scratch my head. But at the end of the day, I'm not even really thinking of him as a person, man. He's just an obstacle I got to go through. That's it. I don't care if he's a good person, a bad person. I don't want him to be a person. I don't want to make him a human. He's just a thing I need to go through to get where I need to go.
And what is a win for you? Like, is a win going the distance? Is a win just stepping that 1 foot in the ring, or is a win, a knockout decision? What do you classify as like a moral victory in this one?
Here's the problem Wings is facing, is I already won. Doesn't matter if he gets the knockout. Doesn't matter if he gets it by decision, okay? I've won as a 48-year-old man who spent his entire life morbidly obese, spent the last 20 years in a wheelchair stepping in the ring to be his opponent. I've already won. Doesn't matter. I'm here and I'm doing this. This is Wings' one last chance to be relevant, and he's relevant because he's fighting me. That's it. He's riding my coattails. Win or lose doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm proud of the fact that I was on YouTube for 16 years. I'm proud that I'm YouTube royalty. I'm proud that those people are going to follow me into the ring. And I worry if Jordy really knows that it doesn't matter if he's the favorite of this fight. He's got the height on me. He's got the reach on me. He's got the age on me. He's got the mobility on me. He's got it all. Doesn't matter. I win by showing up. And I'm damn proud I'm here.
Final one for me. I know you said that Francis can't get a platform on YouTube, but I'm sure he can get a platform on his own. So if you have a spectacular win, can we see the return of Francis?
Let me tell you something. Who do you think is fighting? You think Boogie's fighting? You think I can get Boogie to step into that ring? Not a chance. There's one person that's going to step in that fucking ring, okay? And you know who it is. And I'm going to bust a Mountain Dew on that kid's ass. Guarantee it.